whatever I have to say right now, is it helping the story?
Yeah. I think Wesley Pipes and shit did. Wesley Pipes would be saying some nasty shit like, take that, the hot dog, bitch, I'm gonna put it like the balls right there. His shit, I was like, keep going.
Wait, is his name Wesley Pipes?
His name was Wesley Pipes and he had a gun tattooed on his crotch. You gotta look him up. He looks exactly like you would think he would look as a porn star named Wesley Pipes with a gun tattooed on his head.
Yo, this is Two Niggas in the Pie.
Greatest podcast in the world.
And we are here in the Creek in the Cave studio.
Here in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
Yes, sir. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel West, Sir D. West.
I am your other host, Jordan McDonald, a.k.a. the wonderful motherfucking unicorn. And per usual, we got white man, bad man, red man, pale man, blonde man, Irish man, New Jersey man, married man of the motherfucking year, Jimmy Clifford in this bitch.
Yo, what up? What up, what up?
In this episode, we have a very, very, very special guest in the house.
Very special guest.
Very special motherfucking guest. First of all, Courtney, you like how I did his intro?
Yeah.
He gets that intro. He gets that intro. Yeah. Very special guest, Symply Courtney.
Yay.
On the ones and
Make
twos.
some noise for him.
Make some noise. Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Clap track. First of all, how the fuck you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's blessed to be here. I'm having fun. Comedy's in a very wonderful place for me right now.
Hell yeah.
I've been telling people that comedy is in the way, and I've prayed for that, and I want comedy to remain like that.
Hell yeah.
In the way?
In the way.
In the way?
In the way, man. It's like, oh, you want to come hang out? Man, I got this show I got to prepare for.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I got some work. If I get done early enough, I'll get there. Hey, man, I can't. I got to, and it's literally, comedy has been literally the answer for everything that's been going on. It's like my kids and comedy are the only two things that I have time for right now.
Hell yeah.
And I like it.
That's
a good problem to have,
man.
Yeah.
I love canceling a family function and be like, yo, I got a show tonight.
That's cool, though, ain't it? Don't it sound good, though, to them? They be like,
I can't make dinner, Mom. Sorry.
Oh, my bad, baby. I got a show tonight. No, I don't, but, no.
And it'd be in some basement that might get canceled.
That's the best, though, right? But you still got to be there.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's 6 people here. Mm-hmm. For some reason, 3 of these people are deaf. They can't even hear anything I'm saying.
9 comics on the show,
Yeah,
6
you
people
know.
on the audience. Yeah.
The deaf people, they don't even read lips. They have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's going on right now.
Somebody just placed them there.
Yes.
Just said that y'all stay here.
I might need to do that. All right.
They're like, what is going on?
What do you think's worse, deaf people, audience members, or like Japanese business tourists,
Deaf
where they don't
people.
speak English at all?
Deaf people audience members, because I did a show where there was some deaf people in the audience one time, and I was like, damn, it's deaf niggas in the crowd. Nobody laughed.
Of course not.
Especially not the deaf people. They didn't know what I said. Yeah, it was weird.
How did they get in the audience?
It was at Buzzmill.
They were
they were-
probably eating or hanging, and they just sat
But
in
they
their
were
own place.
close. They were like watching
Oh,
the show.
they usually have like hangouts there.
The
There's
deaf
a meetup
community.
there.
Yeah,
Sounds
like there's
about right.
there's usually like a deaf like clique that.
All right, are there hangouts, or is it a bunch of deaf people coming together to form a unit to take over non-deaf
Voltron.
people? Yeah, Voltron. They're just gonna create like the ultimate
A little
deaf
column A, a little
thing.
column B. You know?
Yeah, we're just gonna see them fuse together like those chicks in "Dude, Where's My Car?" and just make one giant deaf person, and they're gonna kill all the non-deaf people. Maybe, but it was weird. The audience didn't think that it was funny.
Dude, if you could get like a deaf audience going, imagine how weird that laughter would sound. I mean, it would be. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, listen, we were talking about stuff that was pre-cancel culture stuff that I wish could come back.
Oh my god!
I'm not even gonna do that. Y'all got a good podcast. Man. I'm gonna let y'all keep this. I'm not gonna say what was on my mind.
No, it's called Two Niggas in the Pod. Say what you
Go
want.
ahead.
Y'all
Go
good?
ahead.
We
don't
Mine.
Y'all can edit this shit out in post.
No, we're gonna edit
Y'all
it.
can clear this shit up in post.
We're gonna edit it in, and then
It's gonna be the title.
we're,
Yeah.
actually the clip we're gonna put out is literally just gonna be you speaking. We're not even gonna be in the clip.
You know
It's
what?
just gonna be you. It's just gonna be you.
Chances are y'all may misspell my name anyway, so people won't fucking know. They're like, who the hell is this Simply with an I? I don't know who the fuck that is. It's African. No, man, I Parks and Rec, real talk, Parks and Rec when I worked, that's what I did before I did comedy. And even a little when I started. I used to put together activities and stuff. And one of them was actually one of the rec centers out here, South area, South Austin. And it had a big deaf population. I'll say children. I never know the term. It's children of the hearing impaired or something like that. But whenever we did our meetings, we had to also have somebody come out there and I guess ASL it as well. And so it'd be interesting because the kids would be hearing,
Yeah.
but the parents would be deaf, and so you would sometimes hear some of the sounds of jubilation, like if the kid scored a goal. I'm not gonna do it. I really got one down, but it was just one of those things that you all of a sudden you appreciate it the way the world works.
Yeah.
Is that these people don't have to verbally communicate to show joy, and that the kid knew that their parent was cheering for him. And so when we did our meetings, it was so weird because I would tell like my part of it because I was the coordinator. Then I'd have to stop and make sure the ASL was able to get it to them. And then once I saw them make their face of like, okay, we understand, then I would carry on. And so it's so weird to see that now in comedy. And I do storytelling shows. There's one that's called Testify. And they have, I think it's Solumination or something like that. They do the translation for it. And so it's really interesting when you're telling a story and you have a person just gyrating next to you. And for a second, like as a comic, you want to fuck with them.
Yeah.
But you can't because then you end up looking like an asshole because now they have to sign what you're saying to them. And then you do some shit. Now they got to figure out a sign to show what the fuck you're doing. And then the person in the front's just confused as fuck. Like, why are both of them? Why is this nigga not even really doing words? He's just doing hands.
Do they have a sign for the word nigga?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they do.
It's also
And it's
like
funny to see a black dude be like,
You know, he's kind of. Oh, nigga. What? Motherfucker.
Oh,
it's also weird to like make fun of the signer because he then has to sign the insult that was thrown at him.
yeah.
Like,
Look at this bitch ass nigga right here.
He has to say, look at this bitch ass. Fuck this guy next to me, but look at this bitch.
now, would you hire the signers?
You know what? So I didn't have to hire them. They came from an outside agency. And the place that I was at, I was only temporarily placed there. So that was something that was already built in.
Okay.
So it was years and years of experience of them doing that. I'm really thinking about once I get a show that's up and running like really well, I want to try that out. The hard part is for comedy and for music, it's the rate of speech that you have to, in my opinion, you have to have somebody that's not going to go up there and just like spaz out on stage with the mic, or else the person that's trying to sign for him is going to have a hard ass time.
Yeah.
And so I got to figure that part out.
I mean, I've seen signers at a reggae festival, and
It's a very special person that can do that.
they
shit.
be going hard.
Yes, they do. It's beautiful
What's the
though
sign for
too.
Bumbleclot?
It's a whole jig that they do.
How often do we hear stories of like they got a signer and the guy's just making shit up
Oh, yeah.
as he
Oh,
goes?
yeah.
Like that Nelson Mandela's funeral, didn't it have
Yeah.
a signer?
Wait,
He
what?
just making stuff up.
Yeah.
This
was
happened
like-
again. I know that was that black lady that did the shit. Oh my
Dude,
god.
it happens all the time.
And it's usually like in high places where they need a signer.
Yeah, it's like Nelson Mandela's funeral. Someone was giving a eulogy, and this dude was just giving like baseball calls.
Oh no! You just see one guy take off running home. You're like,
Wow.
"What the fuck this happened?" He's
Bro.
got the signal to run home.
It seems like it literally seems like a bucket list thing where it's like I want to sign,
Yeah, I wanna sign.
but I don't know how.
A major event. I want to sign Mandela's funeral.
I've pantomimed that on stage before next to a performer, and I felt bad doing it, but it was fun though.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I was just acting out what he was saying, so I wasn't really signing anything. But to the untrained eye, like, oh, he's doing sign language. It's like, no, motherfucker, he said bullshit. And I was like, you know, you do that. That's interesting though. So
That's
comedy for deaf people that aren't there. Did they stay for the whole show? Now
They
I'm
did, but
curious.
it made it awkward because I was like, damn, I want to talk about the deaf people, but
You could.
I mean, I could, but now the audience is like, they can't even hear you. How are you talking shit about that? Yeah, so
that's
it was
right.
like
You said
that.
The audience was against that.
Yeah, the audience was against me, and the deaf people, I'm sure they didn't know.
So
that
many
was
comics have the
talking about
story
them.
of surprise person has an element in the audience. Like
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that have had the experience of the guy being blind in the audience.
Yeah.
And they don't realize he's blind. They think he's just a cool ass dude wearing glasses
Yeah.
inside. And they're like, well, it's not like he's blind. It's like 10 minutes of fucking with him. And in a minute 11, they're like, oh, he's really blind. He's like, oh shit. Now he has to figure out. He has to think about what he said this whole time. He's like, thank God we got yonder bags here. We're not
Yeah,
recording
yeah.
this shit. It's wild, but it happens. I mean, you don't know who the fuck's gonna be in your audience.
Being blind in the audience is crazy to me.
That's more.
Yeah.
You can hear though.
You can
though.
hear.
And you got
Yeah.
context.
Yeah.
You can
But
hear.
how do you even know you're looking at the stage? They're just like laughing and their back is turned the whole time.
Dude, you know, there's a blind comic in Florida.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, his name is Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Oh my God!
That's
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
just.
he literally like they have to like people walk him on stage, point him in the direction of where the audience
about
is,
right.
and then he just does his set, and then
He
they
does
walk him
nothing
off.
but act outs the whole time.
Bro, it's wild. It's like, I mean, he was very funny.
There's an insurance clause every time he performs because the chances of him falling off the stage are super high.
You remember the blind battle rapper, Blind Fury?
Ooh, that
Yeah,
boy was bad.
yeah.
It's crazy.
That boy could sing, rap,
Just freestyling off the top, the best freestyles you've ever
Really?
heard.
I mean, because
and also blind.
and also blind.
The only thing
Yeah.
he sees is like his thoughts anyway, so that's all he's got to like play.
It was
off
weird
of.
watching him freestyle because he would like do some weird hand motion when he was.
It's the syncopation. People rapping, they move their hands and do it. I do that when I freestyle, and it's weird because he would be so specific with the insults that you almost felt like somebody was feeding him the shit, but he's standing there by himself.
Hey, yo, this nigga got gap tooth. Yo, this gap tooth
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah. I used to be like, I remember I think I was in middle school. No, I was early high school, and I used to watch that shit. I'd be like, dog, I don't know if I feel bad or not anymore. Because then the guys would have to come back afterwards,
Yeah.
and all they had was, motherfucker, you can't see. And he would just destroy them. And he did, I think what did he do? He did a Chris Brown impression while he was rapping, and he just started singing. And he had a dope ass singing voice. I was like, this is unfair. It was almost like God was like, you know what, you're too OP right now. We're gonna take your sight, but we're gonna let you have everything else though.
He did the dance move that Chris Brown did and stomped the yard.
The
too.
fucking
He did
elbow
the
shit?
elbow thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
How you
God.
see that shit?
It is wild when blind people are still like they won't date ugly women. What's the word for that? Not conceited.
It's a city boy.
No. What's the word? It's like fuck. I'm blanking on the word. Shallow. Thank
Shallow,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. When blind people are shallow, they're like, nah, no ugly bitches. It's like, bro, you can't see anyway. You know.
I know there was that scene in, was it Ray? Where
It
he
was
like
Ray.
feel their wrist or something like that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could
He
tell what
would
they
he would
look
feel the
like?
arms. And
Well,
stuff.
he could see how fat they are.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't about if they was cute or not.
It
He
was
was
just
trying
see how
if it was
fat
a
they
No,
dick
but
were.
pic.
there's like people that'll touch your face.
hell
and they
no.
can tell by you touching your face.
Now I
That's what they did
on
on Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
I was supposed to say
Really?
that was a Family Guy skit.
Yeah.
That's like a 4'11" woman saying, "I only date 6'5" and up."
Now
It's
that
like,
shit
what
does
are you
happen. That's
doing?
wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
You know?
I see so many of those tall dude, little lady couples and shit.
That was like the mountain from Game of Thrones is a little wife.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
you just gotta
Just
imagine
tossing
like,
her
just
around.
destroying this shit. Like there's nothing that you know what. God bless them. They got love. They got love.
Imagine her father just like, "Oh, my baby girl."
Because your son-in-law is 9'3".
Yeah, your son-in-law's
I
literally.
don't want this.
Yeah.
His name is the Mountain. He starts beating her. You got to be like,
What does he
"Well,
do?
that's how it
Yeah,
happened." That's
can't be surprised.
What does he do?
It's like when boxers or something like they get into domestic abuse cases with their women. It's like it was a boxer. It was bound to happen. Like,
Well, fucking, there was a UFC fighter that was beating his wife, and she called the police on him. And they're like, "We'll send over a squad car." She goes, "No, you have to send like 6."
Oh shit! That's real, though.
They're like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "He's in the UFC. Like, the 2 will not be enough."
no,
Who was that?
I want to say it was maybe Dustin Poirier, but
That's
I
so
don't
much
want to
aggression,
say
though.
it.
Did they
because
comply? I wonder.
if
Did
I'm
they-
wrong, then he's
gonna
gonna fuck
find
me
it.
up too.
Wow.
Did they send multiple squad cars over?
Dude, they
Probably.
sent like 8 people.
Good.
I would send every K9 unit.
They're like, yo, send the Juggernaut.
yeah.
Oh, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Oh, he just comes in the metal suit and shit.
That I would honestly, if I was the person that was taking that call, I would be like, you know what? She says he's a UFC fighter. I believe her. Let's send the squad. Let's
Yeah.
send SEAL Team 6 over there, please.
Let's send the fucking horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, this is the dude.
Yeah, I would have totally fuck that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got out the car. I'd have locked my
Yeah.
door as the officer. I'd be like, that motherfucker is scary.
You just pull up in the squad car, you see him out the door, you speed off. You turn your lights off and speed off.
I just talked them through the loudspeaker. Hey,
Well,
hey.
there's a robbery at an ice cream shop. I'm on my
Oh
way.
shit! Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yo, I got to bring this news story up
Go for
because
it.
this is kind of entertaining, but also not. But it is. 2 daycare workers, Erica Jones, 27, and Serena Caldwell, 56, were busted for running a child fight ring at a local daycare. Allegedly, they made toddlers fight each other, causing uproar and leading to their arrest. No major physical harm to the kids, but the emotional impact is a concern. The daycare owner fired them immediately after discovering the shocking footage.
Nah,
I want to see the tapes.
And Dana White hired him right afterwards.
I haven't
damn
been
it.
able to see the tapes, but a Fight Club ring for children
you
in
gotta
the
let that
daycare,
shit rock,
nigga, that's
yo.
pay-per-view entertainment right
gotta let
I'm
there.
that
just saying, they
right.
got hired by fucking Don King Entertainment or something.
Yeah. Fuck the UFC, dog.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see this fucking daycare fight ring.
What
That's gotta
weight
be-
class is that?
I know, right?
Stop bantam weight. What is that?
They
We
were
got 3-year-olds versus 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds versus 4s. You
Tiny
know, we
weight.
gotta keep them in
they
the
were
same
they were
age bracket.
flunking kids to keep them in there.
Cut weight. Why you got? I got this fight at recess. I got to get weight.
They take them to the ring. They start dabbing their forehead with towels and stuff.
Yeah.
So the emotional damage. Clearly, one of those kids lost it one too many times.
Yeah.
That's the one that snitched.
yeah, that was one that
Yeah.
snitched.
I'm like, how the fuck did you get caught?
They're in the corners like juice box. Someone pulls some juice box right into his mouth.
They put it in their mouth, swish it around, and spit it out.
That's so funny.
Yo, dude, when I was a kid, my dad, he started making, like, he said it wasn't a gambling book. It was a sweepstakes. But I was literally in, like, middle school, and I was running bets for all of the kids in my class on football games. And
Oh,
my dad was
hell
helping
yeah.
me and, like, running the
No.
money and
Oh, that's
everything.
hilarious.
He's like, no, it's not illegal unless you charge a VIG. I'm
You're
like, this
the,
is some New Jersey
You're
shit
the
right here.
Original fan duel.
Literally, dude.
That's
Yo, your
wild.
dad used you to take kids' money. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Doing parlays to kids and stuff.
That's wild.
My mom is like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm teaching him business.
Not wrong. Not a lie. It's illegal, but it's not a lie.
That's fun. My hustle I would hustle kids playing paper football.
Oh, the little.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You're good.
OG. I was king paper football back in South Maid Sadler.
That's a thing I feel like kids don't do anymore.
No.
Like any of
We have
those,
cell
just like
phones.
we're so bored, we have to come up with
Yeah.
something to do.
Right.
No,
they
kids,
don't have anymore. 'cause
Kids
they have
don't like
iPads.
paper airplanes anymore.
No.
You know.
No, we have cell phones. There's a paper airplane game.
They're, all that
Yeah.
shit is on there.
Yeah.
They don't
There's
even,
a flag
flick
football
it
game.
with
There's
they
a
don't even
fucking
know how to
flag
draw the
football game.
stupid ass S that we do. That S,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do it on their phone now. It's a button. It's an emoticon.
I felt dumb as hell because I still to this day can't figure out for the
Oh,
life of me
man.
how to draw that S. I never
Are you
figured it out. I
kidding
never
me?
figured it out.
Once,
I always was
once
jealous
I figured
of
out,
kids
that's how I
drawing
do
the
my
S.
S's from then on out.
Everything was
Yeah,
S.
no,
I
yeah.
didn't have an S in my name, but I was Courtney's.
Well, the funny thing, I didn't know that was like a worldwide thing
Yep.
because my hometown is Sparta, and that S was our like logo, like for my football
Wow,
team.
wow.
So I was like, oh, that's just what we do.
Yeah,
And then
no.
everyone does that
Everyone
shit, bro.
did S, and I never figured it out.
We don't have the origin down. I think I've read and I've seen a few things where they tried to figure out the origin because it looks familiar to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I'm
thing
gonna
is,
find it in hieroglyphics.
It's
Yeah.
still
Oh, shit.
happening now, though. It is still happening now. Somebody posted a TikTok the other day. Said I was at my either son or whoever's elementary school, and I was so happy to see this drawn in one of the books. And I was like, "Holy shit, it's still going! It's past generations."
What is the meaning of this? What if it's like
don't-
some weird like
Nazi.
cult alien thing? Or just some
I
OD
know, right?
racist.
What's the-
Just
Well, Courtney, you have kids. Do your kids have textbooks or is it all online?
They don't. Let's see. So Simone, my oldest, my 15-year-old, she does have books. My son don't give a shit about nothing. So I don't know. I'm being real with y'all. The other day, that dude had a 30 on something. I was like, you know, you can bring that up, right? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. When you gonna get to? I'm gonna get to it. And he just starts playing Madden. I'm just like, cool. He got friends because he's playing online. With me. I was like, nigga, you got to bring this up. But no, they have the what do you call it? The Chromebooks. So they have
Yeah.
the netbooks. They do get textbooks and shit, but it's more of put into that Chromebook stuff.
Yeah, because
Like,
I
they give kids Chromebooks now. Like
yeah,
laptops?
or
Yeah,
iPads.
we
yeah.
had laptops when I was in high school.
What?
Nigga, what?
Yeah.
Nigga, they didn't
gave
even
us
trust us
laptops.
to be at the computer by ourselves for 10 minutes. We had a timer at 8 minutes. That bitch cut off.
Yeah.
I was at a country ass school. They wouldn't give
Yo,
us
my
none of
senior
that.
year, I spent all senior year just downloading movies and watching them in certain classes.
That's what's up.
Aquatic science, bro. I was watching every new movie on my laptop.
we had iPads, so me and all the kids in my class, we hooked up, not all the kids, all the dudes. We got this online poker app, and we would play poker with each
Oh, with
other
each
and
other?
bet real money, and we would just divide the money at lunch, and it was awesome. But like,
your dad was the one running the site.
but like one of the things about them not having real textbooks anymore is remember when you opened a textbook and it was just like Hitler mustache
Yeah,
and
yeah,
dicks
yeah,
They
and
missing
just-
shit.
yeah, like you know,
Titties drawn on to pictures and stuff. Yeah.
I liked that. I thought
Oh yeah,
that
that
was
was great.
fun.
That was the beauty of public school.
That's why I prefer to use books over new books every time. Like when I went to college, we still used textbooks. We
Yeah.
didn't have no fucking checked out notebook or a Chromebook, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so you got used notebook or textbooks, and that shit was still happening by people who were paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to go to fucking school. And I remember I even drew in it. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do my part. Yeah. So I drew some bullshit too.
When you get the new one, you got to start it.
You got to start the first one.
Or the best one was when you would get to a page and they would have all the answers written on it, and you're like, oh my God, thank you.
That's part for the course.
And then you scroll back into the front to see you own this textbook before you, like Scott, hell yeah. Scott. Thank you, Scott.
All the answers are wrong. You're like, Scott.
You find him on Facebook. Scott, you're a bitch.
You gonna find Scott, you know. He fucking dropped out. You know, obviously he dropped out. He didn't have all the answers wrong. Stupid.
So
Fuck
wild.
you, Scott.
So you guys had like freaking computers at school. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm class, just to date myself age-wise, high school class of 2004. And so for me, that was the turn of, like, that was the digital turn for a lot of us. And so we had a lab where our computers were at. I don't know if you guys remember.
We had computer labs.
Yeah, we had.
The micro, it was the one with the color. It was clear, and it would have like blue or orange or red.
The Apple?
The Apple.
Yes. So we had those.
You could just carry that hoe too.
So we couldn't move anything because I went to kind of inner city Austin. They didn't let us touch shit. They was like, it stays here.
It was chained to the fucking desk.
Might as well have. If they could have, they would have. But it was interesting because I remember, not America Online, but it was one of the ones that you could first watch. I think it was AOL.
Yeah.
So it was America Online where you could watch like music videos. I remember thinking that was the most magical thing.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to be at home and
You
watch
could do it
TV.
on Napster too.
See, we didn't know what Napster was.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Napster was. Facebook was a year out. YouTube might have just hit its infancy.
Napster was actually like early 2000s. Yeah.
We didn't know about it though. I'm saying like we didn't have computers at home. So for us to have known that stuff, somebody would have had to have told us about it. Nigga, we were still going and buying CDs, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally would buy fucking CDs from the mall. It was shoes, CDs, video games. That was all I spent my money on. So,
And then you had the big book in your car, and you'd have to like flip through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember. I think the last CD I ever bought
Talk to me.
was Carter 3.
Okay. Where'd you buy it from? That's now the money is where'd you buy it
Target.
from? Okay.
Target.
Censored, uncensored. I think they're all uncensored.
Well,
right?
Walmart.
Walmart
was
was
always
all censored.
all
Yeah.
censored, but
Yep.
Target you get uncensored. Yeah.
I used to buy
Yeah,
all
but it was
my
Carter
Queens.
3 was the last. That I bought that and Sound of Revenge by Chameleonaire.
Chameleonaire.
Is that the Ride and Dirty album?
No, that's the
No.
one that came afterwards. That was
That's so
he didn't
cool.
cuss in that album. Yeah.
And he's Texas, right?
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
Houston?
Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. Chameleonaire is one of my favorite
That's a comedian,
rappers.
yeah.
Favorite rapper come out of Houston.
I want to hear yours. Your last album, last CD you bought.
CD? Jesus Christ. Last CD I bought, I think was B.O.B.'s second album.
Okay. Which
It was the
Not Airplanes.
It was the Strange Clouds. Yeah, Strange Clouds.
Okay.
I used to love B.O.B.
was good.
before he got all like conspiracy
He
theory.
went too far.
That-
No, I lied. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was my last CD I bought.
Oh, the
Nice.
Yeah, because I remember I bought that right before I graduated high school, and then when I drove to college, that was the only CD in my truck.
Okay.
So I just listened to that shit on repeat like all the time. Yeah, but
That's
that was
nice.
Once I
that
got an
was the
iPhone
last.
though, that was over for that shit.
I mean, a lot of it was the phone.
First album I like bought on iTunes was Big Crit, Cadillactica.
Okay.
That was the first album I bought on. Yeah. I love that album.
Love Crit.
Fucking fantastic.
nigga. Love that
Love
shit.
Crit. What about you, my dude?
I used to buy out like CDs way after most people bought CDs because my
Yeah.
car was so old that I
got a
couldn't
CD
plug a
player?
phone into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would actually have to buy CDs. But I remember my first CD I ever bought
I
was
wanna
the
hear that too.
Dookie album by Green Day.
Okay.
And it was just like I remember being because there's aspects of this that like kids don't understand anymore. Like when you would go in and you would see the track list and you would see
The jacket
all
was so important.
yeah, and you would
And
like
the booklet.
the booklet,
yeah.
everything, dude. Now it's like I don't know. It's weird because now people don't even own music.
No.
Like there was a time when we'd be on the school bus and my friend had
CD
an
player,
iPod.
yeah.
And you would like go through his iPod music and see what he had. Like
Oh damn, y'all didn't
ooh.
have CD players on the bus.
No,
that was past.
we
you,
never
yeah.
did like the Walkman.
Yeah,
that
so I'm 30.
that
We didn't have
wasn't my
Walkman, but we had CD players.
Yeah.
So you could have
The
that little
portable
thing
shit,
open
yeah.
up and bitch spinning. The very first CD I ever got, fucking Baha Men, Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The single.
Yep. No, the album.
You got the album?
The album. The
Damn.
album. Yeah.
I don't know
All
two
those
people that
songs
know
were
that.
ass.
I believe
Most of the
it.
songs were fucking terrible, but
believe it.
Who Let the Dog, and then they had like 3 remixes of Who Let the Dogs
That's
Out.
what lets you know the other parts of the song
Yeah,
are gonna be,
yeah.
or other parts of the album are gonna
Yeah.
be trash.
Fam,
The first song was Who Let the Dogs Out. The second song was another single that they released, and they did a video for it. It was an okay song. And then I don't remember any of the other songs, but the last 3 were all Who Let the Dog Out
When-
remixes.
When you heard the Who Let the Dogs Out the first time, did you know it was about ugly girls at the club?
No.
How long was it until you found out?
I was
that it
much older.
Oh, yeah.
much older. Yeah.
Like a
I've
few years
actually
ago.
so when I was 18, when I was in high school, I wrote my first stand up joke about Who Let the Dogs Out.
Nice.
I was like, if I ever do stand up, like this is a joke that would be, and I'd be like, white folks still wondering who let the dogs out. that was my first joke.
Hey, it works.
It really does.
Yeah.
You can totally deliver that today.
Then I remember in elementary school on Fridays in our music class, you can bring in a CD and like have a song played.
That's cool.
And I brought in my Who Let the Dogs Out CD, had Who Let the Dogs Out, and then somebody stole my fucking CD, and I cried all the way on the bus home. I was,
Fam, that
my heart
sounds
was
like
broken.
a Chris Rock punchline. The white folks still running Who Let the Dogs Out.
And I'm wondering who stole my CD about Who Let the Dogs Out. Nah, my first album, since you brought it, first album, the whole story is actually I bought it on a school field trip. Yeah. And we took I think it was 5th grade, our end of the school year field trip was to the mall, back when they had malls here. We went to North Cross Mall, which was a dope mall in itself because it had like Osmonds, which had all the sports equipment places. So you could play basketball, you could skate, you could ski, etc. And so I remember I brought exactly like $15, $16 or something like that.
Wait,
And
not to interrupt,
no,
but
please.
when they brought you to the mall, did they have to even pretend that it was like an educational thing?
No. So back then, dog, see, you talking to me now. You talking to me now. That's the shit that drove me out of Parks and Rec. That was the type of shit that made me not want to do the job anymore. Because, man, to go to like get something to eat, we had to literally come up with goals and objectives for every fucking thing. It's like, I want to take the kids to see the president's plane. His plane's landing at fucking Bergstrom. Okay, well, what's the like enrichment aspect of that? I was like, they finna see the president land. I got 2 hours. I got 2 hours to get these fuckers across the damn town to see the damn Air Force One. Yeah. Do I have to do this right now? And I would have to get approvals. I would have to get everybody, like the parents, permissions and shit. And I'm like, dog, I got them. They here till 6 anyways.
Yeah.
We gonna go. We gonna come back. That's it. I'm gonna stop at McDonald's. What's the nutritional facts in the McDonald's meal they're getting? I don't fucking know, man. Shit.
There is none. No, it's McDonald's.
Dude, you understand how many times I sat in meetings listening to these like fucking bookworm ass kids who never actually did the job. They just got the title. And they're like, well, this is what it's going to do. This is how it's going to enrich their lives. I was like, do you know what getting hit in the face with a fucking dodgeball does to you? Do you understand what it does? There's a sound, there's a taste, there's a smell. Your friend's going, ooh, that teaches you to duck, motherfucker. Like, it bugs me. So I'm that type of, I'm happy to do comedy because when I'm writing a joke, somebody ain't got to go, well, how is this going to improve the audience's lives? Bitch, I don't know. They're going to laugh.
Yeah.
I guess. If they do that in comedy, I'm out of comedy.
Yeah.
Going to porn or something. I don't know. Because nobody asked them, why is this scene necessary? No, bitch, because I want to do it. I got off the topic, though. So
Okay.
I have strong feelings about that shit. First album, though, is a field
How do your
trip.
backstrokes make the audience feel?
How does the backstroke method that you're using apply to the audience in their situation?
To be fair, when it does come to porn, when the male porn stars talk, I want them to think more before they speak. Like
what do you mean?
Like nobody wants to hear the dude speaking in the porno, so I want him to think, whatever I have to say right now, is it helping the story?
I think Wesley Pipes' shit did. Wesley Pipes would be saying some nasty shit like, take that, the hot dog, bitch, I'm gonna put it like the balls right there. His shit, I was like, keep going.
Wait, is his name Wesley Pipes?
His name was Wesley Pipes and he had a gun tattooed on his crotch. You gotta look him up. He looks exactly like you would think he would look as a porn star named Wesley Pipes with a gun tattooed on his head.
Okay, that's hilarious.
His shit contributed. I would sometimes be listening to this shit. I'm like, I'm done here. I'm just gonna listen to this thing.
Writing it down. I'm gonna use this later.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, bitch, take it all the way. No, don't be scared. Open up. But now,
I
first
think male
album.
porn stars should use say conspiracies while they're fucking like 9/11 was an inside job, bitch. Yeah.
All right, so we going TMI since y'all want to play this game. I used to do this stupid gag whenever I would finish with a woman. I would say the most random fact that I could think of at that moment.
Yeah.
And so I would come and I'd be like, elephants can hold their breath for 10 minutes underwater. And that would literally, and I would do a different one. I never repeated the same one. And I just wanted to hear one of them bring it up one day. I wouldn't talk about it. I would just do the shit. Then go in the bathroom, go clean off. You need a warm towel. And I would not address it at all. And I just want to see who would be the first one to bring it up. And nobody ever fucking did.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but instead of a fact, I would just go, Yankees win! The Yankees win! Yankees win!
What's that guy on the basketball? Bang! Like, I just feel like just yelled at. Oh, my God, from 3. Bang! Russell Westbrook wins the game.
The Steph Curry shit. Bang!
That's people have PTSD.
I just go, ugh, and I pass out. Then
Oh, Jesus.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so first album.
Oh my God. This is what we're doing on a Sunday, y'all. I love it. I love it. I don't have these conversations enough. First album, Field Trip. It is either The Game is to be told, not sold. It was like a bunch of songs, classics that were recreated. One song, which is the actual one that got me to buy the album. There's the old track Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang, right?
Yeah.
So Redman, I want to call them, I know it's EP&B, but I think they actually had Def Squad, I think is what they were called. So it was Keith Murray, Eric Sermon, Redman. They redid Rapper's Delight, and they did it in today's vibe. But I was a dancer, break dancer, etc. And the video had all of these dope ass New York breakdancing crews in it. So whenever it came on at home, I would breakdance in the living room. And so when I realized that album was an album, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get that. And so I bought that. That was my first album that I bought on a field trip in 5th grade. And it was dope because I don't know why, but I guess they would start, they'd ID you if you're under 18 buying a profane or whatever. They didn't ID me. And I was just like, nigga, I got this cussing ass album. Oh, you got it censored. He just said pussy. But it had a whole bunch of dope shit on there. So it was either that album or it was Redman's Doc's the Name. One of those two were my first album. Both of them, though, were around the exact same time. Yeah. So it could be 1 and 2. I just know that it was dope that I did it on a field trip that served no purpose whatsoever.
That is dope.
God.
I miss buying albums, though.
I do.
Now that I think about it, because, I mean, I stream just like everybody else now, and it's easier and convenient. But also, I've learned that with the digital streaming and stuff, we aren't hearing high quality music anymore.
No, we're not.
Like, it's impossible. There's a whole generation of people that have only been raised on digital music, and they don't know high quality music.
You know what? A source of one of the highest qualities of sound?
I know vinyls are
YouTube.
One of them. YouTube.
Really? Their tracks are oftentimes, and I've had multiple performers tell me this sometimes, that playing it from YouTube for some strange reason, and I don't know anything about the science of how you put the stuff together.
Yeah.
The audio quality on there is usually one of the best ones you're going to get. Yeah. And I'm not taking anything from Spotify and all the other ones, but I've played enough music sometimes. Not sometimes, but I've played enough music to notice the difference when it's being played from this platform versus that one. But it's wild because, like you just said, we don't own the shit. So if somebody just wants to go in there and just zip, and let's say that was the only one that was up, you never see that song again unless you can find it somewhere.
Well, and now they fucking update albums after they got
I don't
released.
like that.
They
I hate
did the
that.
shit with the Life of Pablo.
All of them.
I think Kanye started that shit.
Yeah, he did.
They did it with Astro World too.
What? So what did they? I was trying to figure out what
in
did he add
Astro
in
World,
Astro?
in that Yosemite song, when Nav comes on and then Lil Flame on the island, the original one, his vocals were turned really down low, and
So
then
they redid it.
They redid it and went and turned his vocals
I never knew
up.
that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't mind it. I feel like they should just also keep a version of the original.
I like that.
And then put out a deluxe or a updated version. And,
because they used to
make
do
it two separately things.
the deluxe albums back in the day too, and it was different. All right, y'all don't like the mix, because that'd be like if they released a movie and they're like, actually, we gonna change.
I mean,
they do that though.
They do that
Directors
shit
doing
now.
that.
Fucking director's cut.
But they literally are doing it with music and not telling anybody. They're just kind of doing
the dirty
it.
edit. That's the phrase they call it, dirty edit. Yeah.
They're just doing it and be like, yeah, we're not gonna tell nobody.
So
we
do
did
a
this.
producer artist cut.
The first
Yeah, that'd be cool, but they aren't doing that.
The
They're just
first
like, hey.
case I ever experienced with NERD's In Search Of album.
Yeah.
And to this day, I do not know which version I prefer more. There's one that has the studio instruments, etc., and there's the other one that's all program beats, etc. And all of the songs on there, I go back and forth on which version I like. To this day, I don't even know which version I heard first. I'm pretty sure it was the one with the original instruments, but it was just one of those weird situations where I think both can exist. It's like there's songs that I like the original version of, but I also like the remix of as well. And I think that they're not like, you can't just say, oh, I only like one version. It's like, no, you can just like both.
Yeah.
It's just wild when people make mistakes that they can go back and edit them in. And I love I think Big Sean, I cannot remember the fucking song, but he says something like, there's a phrase where he says, my fear of death has grown or lost or whatever it was. And I would listen to that. And I'd listen to it. I was like, he got that wrong. And then one day I was like, let me go on YouTube and see if anybody else notices that. And sure enough, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
But he left that shit in.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the mix still worked. Yeah, he got some words jumbled. But I think that that's like when you go watch something live and the drummer drops his drumstick.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like somebody like sneezes during their part. Or somebody gets overcome with emotions. I like the reality of stuff. I don't like it to be all pretty and
All pristine and shit.
yeah, I like that ugly sometimes.
When Action Bronson was first releasing music, a lot of his old like first projects and stuff, he messes up in the song and he'll like say it in the song, but he'll keep the mix. He'll be like, "Oh, I fucked that up," then go back and
That's kinda
in the
cool.
middle of the song, and it's like, "Oh, that's tight."
That's kind of
Like,
cool.
Yeah,
I love DMX's stories are coming
it's
out.
raw. It's raw.
Raw.
message,
That's
yeah.
exactly. DMX's stories DMX stories are starting to come out more and more about inspirations behind certain things, like namely how he starts. How he starts a lot of those songs is exactly what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Like that X Gon' Give It To You. I think somebody had fucked with him. I want to say it was Swizz. More likely it was Swizz Beatz was being an instigator. And he says, and so he comes in, he's like, you think it's a fucking game? It's not a fucking, and then I fucking hit record. Yeah.
He's staring at him through the glass, like screaming at him. You think this is a game?
That's what happened.
So it's like, yes, use it.
Yeah, yes. I feel like as we're getting further from his death, more and more things are coming out. Like, okay, so we're gonna be real. It really wasn't him barking ever. What? His dog was doing that. You remember the dog he had trained to bark? He actually used to hook his dog up to a mic and would have his dog do all his ad libs.
He would be in the studio with his dog, like just right next to him, and tell him to bark. All right, bark.
I know that I would hear stories of the battles of him actually being able to do that. That he
Wow.
would literally, like, the dog would growl and it would bark on command. And so he'd have a line in a freestyle battle or whatever, and they was walking through the dog's den and they heard the dog bark in, Earth, and like the dog would bark on command, and I'm just like, why am I still rapping? But anyways,
That's wild.
it's cool to see that type of shit. I like the behind the scenes stuff though. That's what I
Yeah.
am. I like the gritty of it.
Well, similar to that, I like just turning on the radio sometimes because I feel like when you're streaming constantly, you're always in your own world. And I like being able to know, like, oh, there's a lot of other people listening to this song at the
Yeah.
exact same moment that I am.
That's also like the beauty of streaming too, because there's so many cool playlists on fucking Spotify and stuff that you can just find all types of fucking music.
Yeah.
There's a playlist called Classical Bangers, and it's just old classical, like fucking Beethoven type shit. And it's like a 4-hour long playlist, and I'll get stoned to shit and just listen to a whole bunch
Yeah.
of fucking old shit. I still don't know any of the titles, don't know what's going on, don't know the story,
good
but it feels
music,
good.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
good music.
Beethoven's 717th in A minor.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But I also used to be a music reviewer for a radio station. So
That's what's up.
for 2 years straight, every single week I would have 5 albums that I would have to review. So I got so used to that routine that now I kind of do that naturally, and I'm always searching for new music and shit.
cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was a radio DJ in college too, and it was just like, it was funny because it's a college radio station, so nobody's really listening to it other
Yeah.
than like the retired people
Right.
in that area or some of your friends that are just
Yeah.
like, oh, Jimmy's on the radio, that's cool. But there's something about radio that's just very
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like KTSW was cool. 89.9 KTSW, the
you
other
go.
side of radio.
There you go.
It was actually, it's really popular in like Central Texas or whatever, and they're one of those college radio stations that goes to those college radio events and just gets first, second place, and damn near everything. And so I got to put a lot of my friends on the radio for the first time because I'd be like, "Hey, dog, like send me the fucking music. I can get y'all on the air, like nothing." I bring them in for interviews and stuff, and then. But I wouldn't be able to say that I was like friends with them and stuff. I was like, oh, we got this fucking incredible artist, whatever. He's killing the streets right now.
There you go.
This nigga just sold some Xanax to some white girls in our apartment. You know what I'm saying? But no, radio is cool. But I feel like the syndicated radio has kind of, it's just become too played out, and
Yeah.
none of the music is really good that those type of stations play. The cool thing about college radio, you can, because it's not. some like certification thing that they don't have, so they don't have a lot of the rules and regulations that the top 40 syndicated radio stations have.
Yeah, like what is it? iHeartRadio. That's huge, and that's not. That doesn't feel not like real. But
and all that shit feels fake. All the hosts that they have on there, I would never hang out with none of those people. Like,
but you think like
I like Charlemagne. But
you ever listen to Sun Radio here in Austin? It's like
I listen to KUTX here in Austin.
Okay, Sun Radio is like 100.1. But, like, it's just these music dorks that live in Austin.
Yeah.
They're like, we have a huge event at Little Woodrow's this weekend. And I'm like, no one's going to that.
It's not huge.
You know? But I love it. Like, I listen to it whenever I drive.
That's why I
Uber.
like KUT and KUTX. They play some really good music on there. Like,
since we shout out radio stations, I'm shouting out to KMFA, that's 89.5, and then KAZI 88.7. One's classical and the other one's Austin. I want to say black radio. I'll call it black radio.
Yeah.
KZI.
That's it.
I just like, we're plugging these rails. I'm like, I'm plugging my radio stations too that I like.
Yeah, I wanted to get y'all's opinion on we talked about this yesterday. The Rock admitted that he got approached by both parties to run for the presidency. And I just thought that was hilarious. That
I vote for The Rock.
Yo, could you imagine because everybody
we talked about this we talked about this shit in a clip from Tunap over a year ago, dog.
Everybody's gonna vote for The Rock.
Tunap is predicting the future, son. Don't sleep on us, nigga.
Yo, like The Rock's so likable that even if he was Republican, I probably would vote for him.
Hell yeah!
Like you just imagine The Rock as a Republican. If you smell, make that wall great again. You know what I mean?
Because we ain't voting for the Republican at that point. We voting for The Rock.
Exactly.
It's like I'm just gonna say it. If it was a cool ass black dude that ran on the Republican side, a lot of niggas would vote for the cool ass black dude.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what the fuck he was like. What's his group? They just know that the motherfucker was freestyling the other day on BET and said, and also I'm the president. I did Barack, sorry, but just that we're gonna vote for the cool black dude.
Yeah,
that's just how it works.
Calling Democrats jabronis all the time. Bro.
We would take it.
Also, I mean, how different is the real world from high school? I mean, I want The Rock, like this fucking ripped, just super successful like action star, to be bullying dorks like Kim Jong Un.
I want him to fight another president, bro. Real.
Could you imagine,
Prime Minister,
bro, The Rock versus Putin?
I'm in. I'll vote for him right now,
bro. I feel like
I'm gonna lay at the smackdown.
If he says I'm gonna go beat his bitch ass, if y'all vote for me as president, I'm gonna run the fade on that nigga right now.
Yeah.
I'm voting for him tomorrow.
Bro, have you seen the rundown? It's him versus an entire football team.
With wood, right? With a stick of wood.
He doesn't like. That's the Walker Tall rundown. Is he doesn't use guns. He doesn't like guns at all.
They're all the same movie.
Until he needs to.
They're all the same movie.
He's a fucking marksman.
Did he show his arms?
Oh yeah, of course.
Was he sweaty?
He used his arm to break a brick wall.
Did he fight a person? Look. Did he fight a person?
Oh, he fought everybody.
He fought a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Was there a cute woman in the movie at some point?
Rosario Dawson.
Did he have a tan shirt on?
It got tan.
That's every damn movie. What's that one where he was with Kevin Hart? What's that movie?
Central Intelligence.
Yeah. And Jumanji, yeah.
You can't. I was trying to say Jumanji, but see, he did all of his movies are the same. All I'm saying is if he does half of what the fuck he says he does in the movies, for us, we good.
We're good. America is good.
Yeah. And
I'll change the law for him. What they say, you gonna run twice. Fuck that.
Yeah, keep him the president forever.
Well, who's gonna be VP? We have
Jason Statham.
Ooh, he can't. You have to be a citizen
for like 4 years, I think, or something, right?
Okay.
He's some type of citizen.
No, because you can't be the president unless you were a natural citizen, like born in the U.S.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is vice president.
We had a guy once. There's only one president that's not of the actual lineage or whatever it was, and this could be a ratified thing. But one of those dudes legit was like a Dutch or something like that. I think it's a certain amount of time that you have to actually have resided here. I don't think you have to be born here. Because what's it called? Wasn't born here. Barack Obama wasn't born here.
Where was he born?
In Hawaii, right?
I think so. So technically,
still
it wasn't
US.
a state at the time, technically.
It's something like that. It's some weird technical.
Was he that old?
Yeah, it was something weird like
It was
that.
in the 50s or something. I think he was born like, 60s or something like that? 50, 60s, something.
I'm not sure.
He might be the same age
Who
as
do
my
you
mom.
think is like?
We don't know, by the way. I want to say something real quick. We don't know, and it's not because we ignorant. We just don't care.
No, we ignorant.
I'm trying to think like who is like a sharp. Like when I look at The Rock, I'm like, oh, that man, he has goals and he's like very determined.
Yeah.
Who's someone else in Hollywood that
Kevin Hart.
maybe a woman that would be like similar that way? Like I'm thinking like maybe Taylor Swift.
No.
No, we can't get Taylor
No,
Swift.
not saying her specifically, but someone
Yeah.
that's like, oh, I'm super successful and I'm fucking driven. That could do.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow's fucking nuts though,
She's
dude.
nuts, but it would be hilarious, dude.
She'd be like, this candle smells like a vice president's pussy.
Now you got me really asking myself, who's the woman that I feel like could run that presidentship?
Maybe like
Reba
Michelle.
McIntyre.
Reba.
McIntyre.
Great.
Reba McIntyre.
White Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
dude, The Rock and Reba.
Boom.
shit.
The Rock and Reba, dog.
Oh,
What?
Yo, they got
timestamp that
Yo,
shit right
yo,
now. The Rock and
yo.
Reba.
Bro, that is a Republican Party right
That's
there.
Republican.
Triple R.
they have middle America's vote.
They got my vote right now.
That's got my vote, dog.
Shit.
Damn, I hope the president. I hope The Rock runs for president.
He's just cutting promos on Bernie Sanders and shit. Oh my
Dog.
god.
Oh, he's gonna kill that dude.
He just uses his old WWE method. Comes in as a heel, and then we love him so much that he turns into a babyface.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Bro, The Rock could kill Trump with Biden just by picking up Biden over and
Hit a
over again.
motherfucker with another motherfucker. Yeah, man. I would watch that. That's how we used to solve our problems. I know people have said this before. Let them motherfuckers fight it out.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you want to rule us? Fight our president. It's the fucking Rock. Bitch.
Yeah, it's like we do an Achilles move. We just have our one guy against their one guy.
That's how it should be.
But to be fair, if it's Russia, I mean, the one Russian that they pick would be fucking terrifying.
No, you got to use your leader. No, fuck
Oh,
Your
that.
leader.
You got to use the leader.
Yeah, why is he the leader? Because he can fight the best.
Because he can.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay. Do you know what I sometimes I just think about it like probably once a week, and I just laugh to myself. You ever see the video of Trump with Kim Jong Un where they're taking photos, and Trump goes, "Don't we look so nice and slim?" And then Kim Jong Un just looks at him like. It's just like the most ridiculous fucking thing. And if those two fought, I would think I would pay money. I'd pay like $200 to see Trump
I
fight
would love
any
to
leader.
see just a world leader death match where like
Should be.
everybody has to fight each other.
That's
You
how it
know,
should go.
they do brackets just like we do like the
Yeah.
NCAA like
March
basketball.
Madness, baby, yeah.
Do you know who I think would do a lot better than people give them credit for? Is Angela Merkel, the Prime Minister of
Germany.
That old German bitch would be coming out heavy, bro.
Come at me, bro.
Dog,
Brock.
Just swaying, yeah.
I didn't hear no bell.
Do you yield?
Oh my
But then you
god.
got like the country leaders of countries we really don't know about, and they're like
Straight
the
up.
underdog, and they come and just take out everybody. Like, yo, this motherfucker.
That's reality
Animal,
television.
yeah.
I would pay to watch
Hell
that.
yeah.
I would subscribe to
Oh
it.
yeah, I'd watch that shit.
I'd change
Yo.
my schedule around
Yeah.
for it.
Yo.
I'm not streaming shit.
Papua New Guinea's going far in the
I'm
tournament.
just saying. It's probably going to be done by Mr. Beast. We keep fucking around. Mr. Beast going to be the one to do it. I'm Mr. Beast, and I got 300 of the
Dog.
greatest country leaders in one dome, and they're going to fight it out starting now.
That's hilarious.
Some country you never even heard of. Like, who are these niggas?
It ends in a Stan or a Slav just
Yeah.
whooping ass.
Yeah.
Bro, Mr. Beast is probably going to be president one day, too.
I'd take that.
He's doing all
Smart,
types of
dude.
shit. Yeah.
He's such a wonderful
He built
person, man.
100 wells in Africa.
Did you see
Africa,
that? I haven't
yeah.
finished the video
Clean
yet.
water.
Crazy.
And here's the stupid thing about him. He'll do like, cause we're all around the same age. Y'all remember when you see a thumbnail and the shit wouldn't be real. And at some point we got to the point where we just accepted saying
Yeah.
that's just to get our attention. It ain't never gonna be like that. Dog, he has done every fucking crazy thing that I've ever seen him do. The stupid one was the Lamborghini and the car shredding thing, the big ass shredder.
I saw that one.
I watched that going, this nigga is not finna shred a Lamborghini. I don't give a fuck what he say, and I'm still gonna watch the video. I'm gonna like it. I'm a subscriber. My kids told me to do it, so I'm gonna do it so we
I'm
can
gonna
win
leave
the
a comment.
sweepstakes.
This nigga ain't gonna shred
Yeah,
this.
baby, he shred. That was the one that got me, because blowing shit up, I was like, he done did it. The big ass elephant foot thing, whatever, the glue thing, he did that. This motherfucker does everything he says he's gonna do. So I'm waiting for him to post a video that says, I'm gonna kill somebody on YouTube. And it's a person like getting maimed on the thumbnail. I'm like, he finna deliver.
But,
He can
but
say,
it'll be like for a reason, like
Yeah.
for a ceasefire in Israel, or this nigga's gonna get dead.
this guy's volunteered. We're gonna give his family $1 billion if he's terminally ill,
Yeah.
but we get to shoot him with an AK.
Oh my god!
It
You
just
can't
look-
watch it on this
Yeah.
though. You got to go to Patreon because we can't put it on YouTube.
And we got cameras on the bullets. It's gonna be
Yes.
like nothing you've ever seen
inside
before.
of him. We're gonna get an inside view. You know, like I'm just saying, dude. That guy delivers. I don't know a lot of other video YouTube people. I'm still new to finding that out. But that shit's dope to me. I think that's some shit that I'm inspired by. Like if I tell you, yo, this is gonna be the best, blah 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 blah. I want to deliver on it being the best, blah blah blah. Like it's just wild to see that type of shit. So salute to Mr. Beast, man. Also put me on one of your things, dude. He just be handing out $1,000. Y'all see
that's the
that?
thing. Yeah, bro. When he first came up, it was just him giving away like ridiculous amounts of money. I was like, there's no way that's real. He probably paid the guy $200.
Yeah.
Said, hey, tell everyone I gave you $1 million, and then we'll call it even.
No, he does it.
No, it's wild.
He just walk up on you and say, "Oh, you got a blue shirt. You want $2,000?"
Where, did he say where he's getting his money from?
He gets it from the YouTube.
So
he gives all the money from YouTube that he makes out every video.
And I have a fuller extended answer for that one. That's
go
correct
for it.
as well. But he would get sponsors. So the way it would work is he would literally have a concept for a video, and he would talk to a sponsor because he has sponsors. Now it's all the YouTube revenue as well, but he has sponsors for each one of those. That's why he's cutting promos like he does. But he would talk to the sponsor, and they would give him, like, let's say $10,000 for this video. He'd say, well, I can get that video done in probably $900. But how about you give me another $10,000, and I'm going to give that $10,000 to a person. And you know what? Matter of fact, make it 20. I'll give this person $20,000. We're going to get this many people to watch it. And somehow he was able to guarantee and then make good on that guarantee of how many eyes were going to be on that product.
That's crazy.
I'm like, how do you even fucking know that it's going to hit? Because the algorithm, you don't fucking know what's going to pop, you know? But he was so good with his thumbnails. He worked for years on his thumbnails. He worked for what his titles are supposed to be. He looked at like how much you're supposed to do in the first 30 seconds of a video. He has it all down to a science to where it's 30 seconds in and he's already delivered on the thing from the fucking thumbnail.
Yeah. You know how much trust you got to have for a motherfucker for them to be like, yo, give me $20,000.
That mouthpiece got to be gang.
I'm going to give it away.
Yeah.
But I promise it's just
gonna
going to come back on. Like,
I'm a double your investment, dog.
hey Google, give me 5,000.
Right.
And then, you know, I swear that's going, you know, that's crazy.
Well, the thing is, the way I look at him is he's not really like a creative. He's just like a businessman that mastered YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fuck around with anything but YouTube.
That's it.
Like he's not on Instagram. He's not on TikTok. It's just like only YouTube. But he's the #1 guy. It's kind of like basically how Rogan just took over podcasts and he's the #1 guy doing podcasts. But the difference is I feel like Rogan does it more because he likes it, where Mr. Beast is just like, I want to be he's like the Michael Jordan of YouTube, basically.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I analyzed everything and I practiced it 1,000,000 hours and no one can beat me. I know exactly how everything's going to go.
It's wild because you'll see a guy like him, right, who's doing all of these things, and then you'll see a guy now, because we're moving towards where it's no longer just the videos anymore. Now it's streaming. And so I'm learning. I'm like way behind on a lot of stuff, but I'm learning. You have guys like, was it Kai Sinet? I don't know how to say his name. And then there's the guy that's always ISO Speed. I just saw this last night. This man was over in London at the O2. He had a fucking setup kind of like this where he's streaming. People paid money to watch him in an arena stream. And I'm just like, that's stupid. But then I remember I said, hey, hold on. This is called that adoption situation where you're an early adopter or you get left behind. And so you see the shit that looks stupid, just like my parents probably saw CDs. Yeah. My parents probably saw whatever the fuck. And like, man, this shit will never make it. And that's the type of shit that's going. And so the everything's moving forward. And it's rapid. Because like it used to be, oh, man, you want to make a quick, short video. Man, Mr. Beast coming that bitch with 10 minutes. Yeah. And you watched for 10 minutes and you don't even realize 10 minutes just passed. That damn video was the Squid Games.
Yeah.
That's probably about at the most 15-minute video. And that thing has hundreds of millions of views on it. And it got that shit, me and my ex were watching at the time, trying to figure out when he was going to hit it. I was driving Uber at the time. And I was like, I don't think he's going to hit 30 before the day's over. Man, he hit 30 before the hour was over with. Yeesh. And then you got other guys that are doing that type of shit, but they're literally just sitting here like we are. And they're talking, but people want to hear what they have to say. Then you got guys that aren't even in the fucking video. They're literally just they're informing you on something. I watch a channel called, I think it's Kyrgyzak or whatever it is, but it's in a nutshell. And they give you information about certain things. When I'm driving, I'm bored, I like to just learn about random shit. What was life like before the dinosaurs came in? Like what happened in between the fucking, you know, whatever to that. And so you have these channels that they figure out what the fuck their audience wants to see. And then they just make that shit quickly, but they make it so good. And that's the thing that we're not used to. We're used to, oh, good's going to take a while. it's going to take 2 years to get this one video out. These motherfuckers got teams of people because, once again, they're able to have a mouthpiece to go, hey, you're going to make this money in about a week, but you're going to have to go sleepless for 24 hours. I need you to work around the clock. I need this on Tuesday. I know it's Sunday. I just gave you everything. Here's the deliverable. We need this shit by Tuesday. And that work that you put in on the front end, you get paid for it on the back end. That delayed, delayed gratification, I think is the word. A lot of these YouTubers, these TikTok people, these Instagram people, all these people have understood. They understand that you're not going to get it immediately, but if you keep putting the fucking work in, eventually it comes. And I'm trying to get there with comedy.
Yeah.
That's the wildest thing, because I'm like, man, I ain't got nobody, but it's like I still don't know who the fuck I want this to be for.
Yeah.
They have to find me, I have to find them. But I'm going to keep working to figure out what the fuck it is that I want and who I am. You know?
It's also weird just how many people from just around the world can see you do whatever it is you're doing. Like I have a joke in my act where I make fun of my little brother because he loves watching unboxing videos. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to watch someone open up toys? Like that's cuck behavior. You know what I mean? And but now it's like that's a whole industry in itself. There's a little kid that makes millions of dollars a year just opening up toys.
That Ryan kid?
Yeah, Ryan
Holy
Toys.
shit, this motherfucker's a billionaire.
Little Asian kid?
Yeah.
It's just a review.
Or like
QVC.
He's just playing with toys. Yeah.
It's just QVC, but for kids.
And my nephew was watching, like, they have that little kid YouTube, and he's on his iPad just watching that shit.
He won't touch his shit until he watches that video. I bet he might buy that toy, or he might not even buy the toy. I want to buy the toy, but I need to watch this review first. Yeah.
Or it's like no matter what you're interested in, like people can do it online. Like people are like, oh, you have to make short form Instagram reels. No one's watching long form content. Really? People watch 3 hours of Rogan 3 times a week.
Yes, they do.
Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And where okay, well then we only can do podcasting. Streaming's not working. And you can look at a guy like Sneeko, who's just fucking killing it with. He doesn't even do anything. He just sits in there and talks to whoever messages him. Or he'll do like an interview with someone. Or like fucking Andrew Tate blew up with streaming too. It's like there's so many different avenues that
These guys will sit in their car and talk to their damn phone. But once again, they know who their audience is. So they're talking about the shit that they know that they want to hear about. Yeah. And we don't even know this. I'm going to speak on my side. I don't even know if this person's qualified to talk about the shit. but I know that I got on there, and it was 3,000 other people that have been watching for the last 10 minutes.
It's also with those NPC.
Dude. Isn't that wild? Once again, look where we at. Now, we're going to be like, man, that's stupid. We ain't finna watch that shit. But they got how many people watching them? Go ahead.
Yeah, they're making so much money, though.
Like
oh, my God.
7,000 a day.
Is the door locked over there? Is the door locked?
Ice cream so good.
Ice cream so good. I met a girl that does that weird shit in person, and the shit bugs the hell out of me until I understood why she's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that different than like when we were kids and you just quote movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
People don't quote movies anymore now. They just quote memes.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing I talk about in my act where my little brother walks around and he just goes, I'm him. I'm him. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Meanwhile, when I was a kid, I was just like, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just like, I'm Rick James, bitch.
Rick James, bitch. That's damn near 30, not 30, that's 25 or 20-something years old. Belly is 30 years old, I think. Is Belly, 25. Yeah. Belly's 25 years old. So we've been saying, like eating bananas and saying, I have to drop a dime on that. I don't like that. Or we've been, I'm trying to think of all the fucking memes from Belly. Oh, God. Strip, motherfucker, strip. We made the dude get naked on the couch. Yeah. We've been doing all of that shit. Or Ox. Like, I remember I had a whole
Damn, we really don't quote movies anymore.
No. Yo, I was quoting
movies. I still do.
To be fair, though,
there's an age group thing.
Mama said.
Mama said. It's an age group thing.
To be fair, though, there also are no good comedies in the past 10 years.
It's true. Yeah. That's true.
But I mean, you can quote. I'll quote movies all the time around my girl, and she'll just look at me like I'm crazy. And it's not even just comedies. It'll be just like fucking Pulp Fiction, where I'm like the dead nigga stories thing, and it's just like, what are you doing, dude? But like and also like, are there a lot of quotable movies now?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not yet.
Well written.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's a time thing. I think that they have to. I want to hear your part, but they have to go through some stages. What happens for us, dude? I was just watching the whole thing about Fifth Element. I don't think, and I think it was received well, so let me not be wrong with that, but I don't think that we receive stuff well at the beginning. We have to let it get some time. It's almost like cooking something. When you make it at first, it don't taste that good, but once you set it in the refrigerator.
It's like movies that are cult classics.
That's it, because a lot of these things aren't like amazing when you first see them, but then as time goes on.
That was like Napoleon Dynamite, prime example. It did terrible in the movie theaters.
But now people.
And then yeah, everybody loves.
I can
Napoleon
run away
Dynamite.
with my arms down like this, and people will know I'm doing a fucking Napoleon running after
Yeah,
the damn
yeah.
dance. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I think the reason movies suck nowadays is because movie studios are trying to get too big of an audience. And
Yeah.
I think what's
Yeah.
going to bring movies back are people like, Tim Dillon, Shane Gillis,
Yeah.
podcasters that end up just financing the movie completely on their own. In a
Yeah.
way like Napoleon Dynamite was this indie film that just blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think the funniest guys were not the ones that got found by like the big Hollywood people,
Yeah.
but they were the ones that did it on their own and then blew up from there. So
I
like
think the big major movie studio, et cetera, those things are under fire right now because you can go watch YouTube stuff and listen to podcast stuff for hours on end and have like things answered that you hadn't even thought about. But you go watch some of these fucking movies and you're just like, I just wasted my time. What the fuck? Damn, it cost this much?
Yeah.
The fuck you mean popcorn cost this much? Fuck, and so that part is driving people away. Now, still going to seeing the big experiences. I learned during the Marvel time. I think this is post-pandemic or this is pre-pandemic. Getting together and watching and having that experience of, and everybody does it together. That's amazing. I don't know how you replace that part, but as far as us going and watching 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same fucking movie over and over, I think that shit's coming to an end, dude. Because there's so much now. You can go. Hell, what's the is it Apple whatever? They got their own little streaming service.
Apple
now.
TV.
Apple TV. They commercials. I'm watching their commercials, and I'm waiting now. I'm literally waiting to say where's it going to be on because I remember once upon a time it was just going to tell you when it came out or who made it. Now you're just waiting to see what symbol comes up.
Yeah, what?
You know?
Well, also,
Damn, I don't got stars. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
have you guys ever heard of Marshall McLuhan?
Yeah.
He's this kind of like philosopher dude, but he had this thing called medium is the message. So whatever the medium you're passing something through is typically what it's being said. So with a movie like a Marvel movie, you want to see that on the big screen because it's, like you said, a huge event and it's larger than life. Whereas with a comedy, you don't need to see a comedy in the theater. I think a comedy is probably best seen at home on your couch with your friends.
It depends, man.
disagree.
I want to laugh with people.
Because
No, but you could do it with your friends. Like, I don't
I
think
get you.
you need to see Superbad in the theater to get to enjoy it more than you would if you were in your basement at a sleepover with your friends.
No, but the thing about seeing a really good comedy in the movie theater for the first time, it's like everybody here, we're all here to laugh. You know, like I went to the premiere of the second Hangover, and that was just so much fucking fun because it was like everybody loved the first Hangover, and granted, it wasn't as good as the first one. It still was just a fun movie experience because everybody's just fucking laughing and having a good time. And I mean, that's the only reason I go to the movies is to have that kind of group cohesive. I mean, I like going to a movie when I'm like, all right, I don't need to see this in like Avatar 2. I got to see that in IMAX with a bunch of people. But like when we went and saw Barbie, I was like, oh, it's a cultural event. Yeah, but I'm just trying to get high as fuck with the
And
homie.
I also feel like the watching movies with your friend, you know what your friend's gonna laugh at. Where with strangers, they might laugh at something that you might not think it's funny, but it's still like, oh, okay, I see why that's funny. You know, I feel like that's a better experience than just being at home with your friends.
Or like
watching
seeing
movies.
Get Out for the first time. Like I was laughing at shit that not everybody was laughing at in the movie theater, and that made it fun.
I took a white girl to Get Out, not on purpose. I don't even know what the fuck I was on, bro. I don't know if it was a joke. I think my like the comedic sense it just overwhelmed me. It was like, take her. And I was like, I was halfway. I was like, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Like it was. But no, I think so. I think sad shit, sad stuff. And this is my personal opinion. Sad stuff, very serious things. That's the type of shit I want to watch at home by myself and get a process. But the fun shit, fantastic. That's a word I don't think we use enough when it comes to movies. Fantastic shit. I want everybody to see that shit. And when I see the crazy thing, I want to know that there's 100 other motherfuckers to see the crazy thing too.
Yeah.
It is funny when you're laughing at something that nobody else is laughing at.
Yeah.
But I love it too when there's those like, I don't know, call it niche moments or whatever, where it's only a specific group know what the fuck is going on. It's I don't remember what movie it was when Thanos first shows up, but it's like he says, fine, I'll do it myself. Like he does that, and he shows the side of his face, and everybody freaks out like, oh shit, that's the dude.
Yeah.
I love those moments.
Did you watch The Blackening?
No, not yet.
It was like
Not
a
yet.
black comedy horror movie, and I saw that in the theaters with my girl. And me and my girl, and then there's one other black dude across the way, and we laughing our ass off. Fucking, I'm there asking questions. I'm like, oh shit, that's Martin. You know, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
And everybody had a great time, and it was just a great experience. I wish the room was full of black people though.
See, and that's what we want though. And
Yeah.
I'm learning that's where movies are gonna still exist. I remember thinking that, oh shit, everything's gonna be streaming. Ain't no reason for us to get together. And the pandemic happens too. But the opposite happened because we missed those moments of being together. I remember the first movie I went back to see, I want to say it, Black Panther is post-pandemic or pre?
First one is pre.
And
First
then
one,
Wakanda Forever is post.
Is that I don't think that was the first movie that I got in a group of people.
I think
Endgame, maybe? Or no?
No,
That was
Endgame was
before.
What the
pre-pandemic.
fuck was, so whatever movie it was a movie.
Mortal Kombat was pandemic.
I don't think during that time period
That
I
was
still
fun as
wasn't
hell.
out. I started at home, but there was a movie that
I used to go
saw.
to the drive-in theater.
Oh, that's
during
dope.
the pandemic, so I saw all the new movies in theater. But
I
in the
did
drive-in.
comedy there and never once thought to just come here and watch a fucking movie. I think I missed an
Oh,
opportunity.
dude, the drive-in
Drive-in
is
is
great.
great.
When I was in Jersey, I had a pickup truck, so I would put a
Yep.
mattress in the
Yes,
back,
sir.
get a
Yeah.
bunch of blankets and pillows, and then I'd buy like some beer and some
Yeah.
Back that
guacamole
bitch
and
in
chips.
towards the camera.
Back it in, dude. It was
That's
great.
dope.
And it had like the sides, so you know, when you're in
Yeah.
your own room.
Yeah, some privacy. You know?
I should have did
Get some
that.
sloppy toppy at the drive-in.
Nah, I really appreciate just getting together with people. And the pandemic made me, and I talk about it on stage a lot, that we didn't know we were going to be able to do shit like this again.
Yeah.
That we were worried about being within 6 feet of people. And in the moment I had a chance to go back and watch a movie, I can't remember what movie it was, it made me remember why I love this shit.
Yeah.
It's stuff that I fell in
But
love
then it
with
does
later
suck
on.
going to the movie theater and you're excited and the movie's garbage and you're like, man, fuck. Why the fuck am I?
It's
even
the
here?
gamble,
You
man.
know? Yeah.
It's the gamble we take, dude. That's the albums, though. That's the music, the albums that we listen to. We'd buy, we'd hear maybe 1 or 2 songs of the whole thing, and we know that we like this dude.
Yeah.
Then we get his album that has 14, 15, 16, 25. I don't. Lil Wayne would do 25.
There are people still doing
Millionaire would do 25, 30.
track
Yeah.
albums and shit.
You'd be like, man, I love this dude.
The Mind of Manny Fresh was 36 tracks.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
I'd listen to that though. He's a bad
Yeah,
dude.
I love Manny Fresh.
I think
Same.
Drake's latest project was like 20 tracks.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
I think shit. Yeah. What's the damn one that wasn't an album? He said it was a playlist, and this wasn't the one with all.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, and so you got like 20 something on there. Chris
Yeah.
Brown had 20 something on his.
Chris Brown had in the release album like 70 something songs.
Yeah.
So-
70
Say
songs.
what?
76
Yeah,
songs.
it was like
Did he put it out like that
Yeah.
too?
Put it out like that.
Wild.
Yeah.
See, I remember when
Yeah, like you literally just scroll through that shit on Spotify. Like,
And just
God
keep going,
damn,
get
what
carpal
the
tunnel on your
fuck?
thumb.
Yeah.
I remember when what's my boy Nipsey? Nipsey put out the album. He had was the $100 for the first one. I was like, for $100, man, I better have 30 damn bangers on this album.
Yeah.
But now dudes are putting out 70s, and this ain't even the digital deluxe. This is just
Yeah, this
what the
is-
fuck they
yeah,
could
this is the
decide
regular.
on.
This is the EP.
I was listening to Tyler the Creator's. That's my dude. Tyler the Creator's. I think it's called "Everything Must Go" or something like that. Is the ones to update to the album.
Oh, yeah,
Call
yeah.
Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
And those songs on there, it reminded me of a comedian having to like discard like parts of a special.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck made you not want to put this on?
Yeah.
This was dope. But it's just at some point you gotta call it at some point. You gotta put the shit out. And it was like, I think he put out the original was like 15.
Yeah.
And then after that there was like I think 2 more that came out. And he had like 5 more that came out. And all 5 of those to me sound like they could have been on the original album.
Yeah.
And so I trip out on that type of shit.
Yeah, I like Tyler a lot. I also think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, funny
as
separate
fuck.
from
Yes.
like just
Hilarious
musically.
as fuck.
What was it, Loiter Squad? That
Yeah.
was so funny, dude.
But even like his I love watching him go onto like radio shows
Same.
and freestyle, and he would
Oh.
just say the most like this the dumbest shit. Like,
Yeah.
His sway.
yeah.
His Funk Flex. The Funk Flex
His,
one was
and
the
no,
one.
Yeah.
the flex one was good, but
Yeah.
the sway one was good too. That was the one where he goes, something. I'll give a bitch a bone. Arf, arf, bark, bark. Can't wait to see a nigga in the dark, dark. Like what the fuck? Yeah,
He's just being himself
yeah,
though.
it was great.
Oh, I love that guy. I think he's one of the few rappers I could see. No shade at T.I. He's one of the few rappers I think that could actually really make a headway in stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Like I could see him literally, or just have some kind of show. Which
Man, is T.I. even still doing stand up though?
I'm pretty
know.
sure he is somewhere.
I don't know.
I think he's inside right now.
That felt like a short-lived like stunt. And then the thing about T.I. doing stand-up, that shit pissed me off because he was in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn was getting booed, and then was just like put on Swagger Like Us.
Yeah. And they were like, oh fuck, that's
They're like,
right.
oh shit, wait, we love T.I. Yeah.
So if it's us, nigga, we gotta get escorted out the building, out of the
Yeah.
fucking borough. Yeah. No wrong.
I don't agree with T.I. doing stand up.
I mean,
I don't know what I feel like.
I don't mind it as long as he's
mind
putting
it.
in the work. Not just,
Well, no, because I minded because he was like being a fucking asshole. He was like yelling and heckling this one female comic from Atlanta.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Show, and it's like, bro, what are you
I'm in a
doing,
group with
dog?
her,
Like,
yeah.
you're another comedian, dog. Like, what the fuck is that? Just because you're T.I. and then, oh, I get booed at this show. All right, let's just play a song real quick. And then it feels like people were laughing because it was T.I. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we want to laugh because we're fans of his music or whatever. And like, because it was those courtesy laughs. Like, come on, nigga.
That's that phrase. You're not. It's not that you're not funny right now. You're just not popular. Like,
Yeah, but I don't-
hit him. Y'all gotta get that on camera. I tricked him. I was like, I'm gonna scratch my forehead. Psych, bitch. I hit with my left.
I don't think anyone thinks it's real though. Like they're not looking at T.I. the same way they're looking at like Bill Burr.
True.
of course.
No, not at all. But
different
also,
audience.
It's like Pete Davidson does songs on Saturday Night Live. No one's like, why is he getting into the music game? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't think.
But that's the thing. Like T.I. like he was like, no, I'm.
Yeah, he can say that, but I don't believe you. I mean, there are plenty of fucking comics in here that are like, I'm a comedian, and I'm like, sure you are.
Right.
I'm not gonna yell or get angry at them. That's their own shit. But
I don't know. I got beef with that. That rubs me the wrong way.
I respect that. Like, if you love something in this world, I've told people this before. If you love something in this world and somebody does something that you don't think is worthy of that, or is unbecoming of that, or is shitting on that, you have a right to take fucking error with that. Take what they call it, have some anna with it. That's some animosity towards them.
And don't
I think-
get T.I. courtesy laughs.
sure, I think where it would switch for me, where I would get annoyed by it, is if he's taking opportunities away from actual comics.
Yeah.
Like if he's going up and he's just like, hey, I want to do a weekend at Zany's, and then he
But he's
bumps
doing
someone else, then yeah, that sucks.
To a
But
degree,
if
like,
he's
bro,
doing Barclay Center,
He did a weekend at Cap City.
yeah. Well, they don't book me either. So.
Yeah.
I say, dog, listen. This the old dude gonna talk for a split second. Anytime something like that happens to you, understand this. There are how many weeks in a year?
52.
52. So if you didn't get it this weekend, there are 51 other weekends that you could get it. And guess what? Are you gonna stop comedy at the end of this year? 2000 party up. Oops, out of time. Happy New Year. Are you gonna stop doing comedy December 31st? No. So guess what? Now let's say 2 years. So what's 52 times 2 smart people in the room?
104.
104. Now you got 104. Are you gonna stop comedy after 2 years?
Yeah.
Go ahead and add another 52.
I mean, no, that's
ahead.
fair, and I agree. But it's also, I agree.
That nigga say I still have Anna with that
I agree.
motherfucker though.
But it's like, dog.
Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on.
How hard like comedy is, how hard it is to build a set,
You right.
to build, and I've seen like his set, and it's like, no, I don't hear no punch. I don't hear no real like written jokes and stuff, dog. You're just talking.
He's getting by on
Atlanta shit.
charisma. He's getting by on charisma.
He's getting by
alone.
on charisma and just talking like Atlanta shit, and it's like, all right. The only reason people are here is because
Your name.
I mean, there's a lot of people that do that too, like actors that do stand up in LA and shit that are getting by on their name and charisma anyway. So it's like, man, it is what it is.
yeah, I don't know.
I agree with both sides.
I like Duval. I like Lil Duval.
Duval, I think, was he a comic before he was an actor? Though?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
I thought he was
real
a comic
comedian.
before he was.
But he's
an
also
actor,
like
though.
doing music and stuff, and he does his songs
Dog,
at his shows.
He
yeah.
gives me hope, man.
It's great.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
great.
That smile bitch went crazy.
Yeah.
Living my best life.
Yo, it was such a
wonderful.
good song, dude, and it's dope because he's not faking. He wasn't trying to be the hard dude, but he wasn't trying to be soft either because he ain't
Yeah.
soft. The motherfuckers from Duval, like,
He,
Yeah.
he
you know,
was
it's
just a
real.
funny nigga around all the hard dudes.
Yeah.
He was though, and that's
Yeah.
who he always was. He was always a small dude, and so it's kind of cool when you look at a guy like, let's say, Kevin Hart, who's ran the exact same track. He's been himself the whole fucking time,
Yeah.
and it's so. I don't know. T.I., this is the question I have: is he funny outside of because I feel like he's a funny dude no matter what, right? Because
Yeah,
he'd always
he's probably
make
a funny
jokes and
dude.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, it's like really like. I think we find T.I. funny just with the way he talks,
right.
and like his use of certain words and language.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously, yeah. Come on, partner. You
Yeah.
know, like
If he leaned more into that
it's
shit,
it's goofy, but it's like his stand up is not that. It's,
right? Stand up comedy is not goofy. Stand up comedy is nuanced. Stand up
Yeah.
comedy is
Well, stand up
work.
comedy can
It's-
be goofy, but like his stand up comedy, it's like.
He's too serious.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, bro,
That's work.
what do you? You're not. This isn't a joke.
Right.
You're just like.
Right.
I don't know. It's not joke. It's not written jokes and stuff. It's
Okay.
just like you're just talking.
With that being said, though, let's say T.I. comes. He's like, Jordan, I want you to open for me.
Say absolutely, Ti.
I'd be mad as shit if you wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, I'd be like, of
I'm like,
course.
bitch, you do know I.
And then my
Jordan
goal would be
McDonald as well.
my goal would to be to crush his
To
set,
bury
to
him.
fucking
it.
bury him.
That's it.
That would be my goal. Like,
And that's comedy in a nutshell, my dude. Because like you got guys that you don't morally agree with in this shit. You have people that you might want to fight after.
I'm still a businessman.
Gotta be
You know
a
what I'm saying?
businessman.
I'm still a business. I'll open for you, Ti. I'll make sure them niggas like are mad that you on stage.
Facts.
Time I get off, yeah.
Facts. Make it
Yo,
hard.
bring that curly headed nigga back on stage.
That part. I love it. I agree with what you're saying. I like the hunger. I don't think we've had conversations like this before, but that's dope for me to hear that from you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Do you think though, like, wouldn't that fuck up everything though?
Nah, bro.
Like you going into because you going into the show going to energy. I'm gonna crush that nigga, but also you are opening for him, and then he has more shows after that. It's like you kind of fucking up.
See,
the
now
chances
I
of-
want to touch on this real quick. I want to touch on this part. I love that because that's the thing that I've started. Like I've done this now 11 years, and in my first 4, 5, I had that personality. I had that attitude. Why this motherfucker here? Why ain't I blah blah? Right now, I didn't have the skills to back it up. Now, once I got to year 6 and 7, and even a little in the 8, I was like, oh shit. You know, me and my homies, my little posse, was like, gonna bury that nigga.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a show.
exactly.
If I'm on a show and the show is good, nigga, it don't matter if it was Jordan, if it was T.I., it don't matter who was on the show. The show was good. You was a part of it. When they take a picture of it, when they do their review, they gonna probably say the show. They probably gonna talk about the club. They ain't even gonna worry about the comics. But if you was on a bad fucking show, it don't matter how good you did. It's like the dude that gets his numbers on a team that still loses.
Yeah.
Yo, I fucking scored 50 points, but you losing every damn game.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I just want to do that against Ti.
I get it. No, I get it.
Because I heard Chappelle talk about the one time he got to open up for Pryor. It was like early '90s. Pryor was like in the wheelchair, wasn't Pryor anymore, but he was still kind of doing stand up every once in a while. And they let Chappelle do like a feature spot, and he was like, I thought he was gonna go, yeah, I wanted to kill that, I wanted to crush in front of Pryor, but he was like, nah, I just wanted to, have a good show overall and just do like a good set and then leave room for Pryor to get his shit in too.
I spoke on that on a podcast recently, and I talked about, I ask when I'm on a show, I ask, where am I at in the lineup? If I'm the closer, there's a different energy that you'll see from me versus if I'm the middle person, versus if I'm the opener, versus if I'm the host.
Yeah.
Those are 4 different energies from, I'm going to speak of myself in third person for a second. Symply Courtney plays a different game depending on what spot he's in.
Yeah.
I do that purposely. Before, like I said, 11 years in, 8 years in, man, if I felt like I should have been a fucking headliner, I'm about to go on that bitch. I might not run the light, but I might also run the light just to get mine off. At the end of the day, I don't work like that. I'm in a spot in my life where I want to perform happy. I do great happy.
Yeah.
I fuck good happy.
Yeah.
I play good basketball when I'm happy.
Yeah.
My kids like me better when I'm happy. I make more friends when I'm happy. Why the fuck am I trying? I used to play football and I used to think I had to be angry to do good. I used to think I had to listen to this hard-ass music. And one day, my CDs got stolen. My CDs really got stolen. And all I had was Usher's 8701. I didn't want to listen to these niggas talk. I knew I needed to listen to some music, and I said, nigga, this all we got.
Yeah.
So I was in that bitch listening to, what's 8701? You ain't got a call.
You remind me of a girl
that I once knew. I was listening to that shit. I swear to God, I was listening to that shit in Georgia. We played Georgia military. Ate them boys up. Ate them boys up.
Power of Usher, baby.
With Usher in my heart, dog. I was laughing because I was like, dog, this shit keeps coming up. That people think, man, I gotta have some motivation and shit.
The
dog.
nigga lining up across the room was like, this nigga humming Usher?
I'm telling you, dog, I was a beast, nigga.
Well, you probably had in your head, you're like,
Be all right.
no matter how this game goes, I know I'm gonna fuck his girlfriend later.
That part's gonna be good. She gonna love it.
It was raining and shit, just like the Usher music video. He was fucking kicking up water and shit.
He did the spin. He did the spin on his elbow. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I really, but I love the fact that I've been able to go through this shit and realize I'm not the end of my shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the beginning.
Yeah.
But you're not fucking, you're not in competition with the other comics on the show. as much as we do feel like that, and even we do these damn competition shows. And
Honestly,
shit like
though,
that, we're not.
I've never felt competition in comedy.
I love that.
because it's so individualistic. And I mean, for me, I'm the only person I know with my type of background that does comedy, and so I'm just like, oh, I have no fucking competition. I just got to like be funny. But I haven't been done against T.I. doing comedy.
Hey, baby, have it.
Yeah, I want everybody to have a great, incredible show. Unless I'm working with T.I. I want to crush you, T.I.
I'm down with that. I love it. I love all of that, Jordan. Honestly, I want to book that show.
Yeah.
I want to book that show. I want to take pictures.
Call it expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Yeah, whatever fucking you say. the
What
word.
is your show called? Your show's called what again? It's Jordan Unicorn. What is it?
Oh, the Wonderful Unicorn Extravaganza.
All right, so how do we add expeditiously to
The
that?
Wonderful Unicorn Expeditiously Extravaganza.
Expeditiously, you killing me. We're going to put that shit in there. I honestly, I love it. How long have you done comedy, Jordan? I know I'm asking questions on y'all's podcast.
Shit, I'm 4.5 years in now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 4.5 years in.
I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to come back to you.
Yeah.
How long you done, Dan?
Almost 3.
Go, boy.
Yeah.
Where you at, Jimmy?
I'm at 8.
Look at you old motherfuckers in there. Everybody in there over 2. I love it. Y'all tell me this. I'm asking y'all answer how you want. And I do this on everybody's podcast, so don't feel bad. But what do y'all love most about where your journey is at right now when it comes to comedy? Daniel, I'll go with you first.
I love how comfortable I am on stage right now. Just being on stage and like not really getting flustered anymore. And also like the crowd being comfortable with me being comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But
makes
like,
perfect sense.
Yeah. Like I feel like I could take my time. I don't have to rush through shit
They
like
seeing
I
you.
was when I first. Like I look back at like my old recordings of me, and I was like, I was like, holy shit, nigga, slow down. And then now I'm like, all right, I don't have to rush through shit. I can ease into getting into what I got to get into.
Perspective is a beautiful thing, my friend. Jordan,
Yeah.
give me something.
I think me, right now, I'm like comfortable enough within where I'm at with stand-up comedy where now I'm thinking more about how I can expand it and grow it.
Okay.
And so, like, we just did a sketch yesterday, and we've been like working on short films and sketches and stuff like that, but with just funny people and shit. And so I think that's cool. Like, it's put me in a position now, like, I can come to people with an idea, and they're like, oh yeah, they're usually like, oh yeah, let's fucking do that. Like, that sounds funny, whatever. People are finding more confidence in my ideas and working with me on different projects outside of stand-up.
You're able to explain them a lot more. Coming out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
direct
yeah.
from brain to mouth. There's no more in between fog.
And we're actually getting it done. We're actually shooting the stuff.
That's
we're
what's
actually,
up.
You know, we have, you know, the products getting put out and stuff, you know, which is cool because now it's like, I got every resource I could possibly need to make whatever
That's
I
what's
want
up. That's what's up.
at my disposal. And a lot of it is because of stand-up and building a bit of a name for myself and able to, like, show people I'm funny and, like,
Cool.
oh, we can trust
Yeah.
working with Jordan or whatever, you know.
That's
So,
what's
yeah.
perspective, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Give me something, Mr. Jimmy.
So I've loved comedy since I was like 8 years old, and I've wanted to do stand up my entire life. But I wanted to feel like I had a leg up, so I'd always listen to like interviews with people that I respected, and like, oh, that way I won't have to fall into the same traps that they did. But then I would also compare myself to them a lot, and I'm like, oh, you know, Eddie Murphy was on SNL by 18. I'm 18. I'm not on SNL.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And I think over the past 2 years, I've realized like, regardless of the outcome, I'm gonna do stand up for the rest of my life as just like something that I want to do for me and my heart. So I'm gonna be coming to the creek every single night forever. Like I might, even if I don't work in comedy, like I'm an accountant or
Yeah.
some shit, I'll do stand up every night.
Jason. Yeah.
And once you realize that like the outcome doesn't matter, I think you let go of a lot of like things that's been on your shoulders, and I'm just having fun with it.
Oh, fuck, I didn't get this. Oh, fuck, I didn't get that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
That shit
anymore because I'm like, I'm
stresses
gonna
you.
do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be like, oh well, what if I'm like 40 and you know, and I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing what I love. This makes me happy. Let's fucking go. And
Yeah.
I think that really was freeing.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you for that. Thank y'all for sharing that.
what about you?
I want to I'm gonna tell y'all mine, but I want to make sure I get this out before I forget because I'll get off on a tangent. Where you're at right now? When you're at, you said 4, right?
Almost 3.
Three,
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5, 8. That's where y'all are at right now. Could y'all imagine if you're sitting on the couch next to year one you?
No, I know why.
Imagine sitting next to you, year one you. Just appreciate
Dog.
in the time that it took you to get here.
Year one me was scared as fuck.
I
was
imagine.
just fucking like timid as shit.
Imagine what
Yeah.
year one you and their conversation
I
would
was
be
not
like.
wearing Gucci shades on stage.
Talk your shit.
I did
He'd
not have
probably
the
be.
confidence.
Would year one be impressed though?
Oh yeah, year one be like.
Would year
"Damn,
one
you
be
that nigga,
impressed?
bro?"
Yeah.
Would year one be
Yeah.
impressed?
Wasn't year one living in a car?
Yeah, year one.
Oh shit!
Year one
Oh,
and a
year
half.
one would be impressed.
Yeah, I was homeless.
Year one wouldn't even believe it. Year one would think you're playing a game. This is what you're gonna look like in 4 years.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
So just appreciate that. And I
Yeah.
try to tell a lot of guys to keep things in perspective. And I'm talking to myself at the same time. Is that understand where you came from? A lot of us. You talked about your background. A lot of people ain't got my background. Keep that. That's part of your why. A lot of the younger comics I talk about the concept of a key. And I said that when you walk into the house, when have you ever taken your fucking key and thrown it in the trash can? Never. What do you do with the key? You do what? You hang it up.
Put it
You put it on. You probably put it in the same spot.
Yep.
Most of us can probably walk.
I mean,
in
I'm ADD. I be losing my key all the time.
a lot of us do, but do you try to put it somewhere though? At least.
Sometimes I do, and I'm like, damn, I didn't put it in the place I said I would put it in. Now I gotta find this shit and run out the crib.
I can't fucking
This
deal
some
with you, Jordan.
bullshit.
Jordan,
Like, damn, nigga, where the fuck my keys again? Fuck. Yeah.
my point is,
Fucking disaster, bro.
we love Jordan. We're gonna pray for
It
Jordan.
happens
y'all.
every day. I hate it.
But we don't throw our
Yeah.
key away.
Yeah, I
we
never threw it in the
don't.
trash,
We do
yeah.
not throw our key away because that allows us access.
Yeah.
That allows us to get into our home. That allows us to secure our home when we leave. So when it comes to this comedy thing, every time and you don't have to say every time, but a lot of times when you're starting to think, oh man, I wish I could do this more. I wish I could do that. Think about where you started. Think about why you started. That's the bigger one. That's why a lot of people want to know about the spelling of my name. Symply Courtney, and it's spelled with a Y instead of an I. Because we have a reason why. My kids have the same name. Even my kids that aren't my biological kids, their second letter of their name is a Y as well. So I tell the kids, I say, y'all named me. I didn't name y'all. I did name my older two. But in all actuality now, what I do on stage is Symply Courtney. That's a tribute to Simone, Titan, Aries, Phoenix. So I have my why, which is my key. Anytime I start worrying, I start going, fuck, I'm 37. I'm about to be 38, and I ain't been on TV. I've done local stuff. The clubs don't book me to headline or feature or even host. Yeah, but where the fuck were you at year one?
Yeah.
Where were you at year one?
Yeah.
Why did you get into this? Did you get into it? Was your goal to say, man, I want a headline Creek in the Cave, then I'm going to die. I'm going to cease to exist? No. I said I wanted to support myself and my family doing this, and I wanted to keep myself happy. Then I started extending it and saying I want to help other people find happiness as well.
Yeah.
And that's my why. That's my key. So whenever I start writing, that's my tablet right here that has all of my information in there, all of my jokes, all of my schedules, all of that. Anytime I start going, what the fuck am I doing this for? It's not what, it's why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
Keep your key. Keep your fucking key. So whatever it is, and if you ever feel like, I like how you gave a really specific example. Remember where you were at year one. Remember where you were at year one. Remember. It sucks because sometimes we get caught up in all that glitz and glamour. We're in Austin right now. There's so much going on here.
Yeah.
There's every other dude you feel like is blowing up and getting to go through all these fantastic, using that word again, fantastic journeys and trips and stuff. You're on a fantastic trip and journey right now. You just don't realize it.
Yeah.
You think about that? You just don't realize it right now. You're doing that shit that you're going to be thinking about on your deathbed. Something right now has happened in this week, in this month, in this season that you're going to think about, dream about, and tell people about for the rest of your life. Enjoy that. Enjoy your now. Have some plans for the future, but don't get caught up in the shit that you don't have.
That was a really well put.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, Symply Courtney.
I'm trying to help. I'm here to help.
Closing
I'm
it
here to
out
help.
with a sermon.
I'm here to help, man. So I can give my answer for me, what I like about where I'm at right now in comedy. So I'm helping more.
Yeah.
I'm helping more. Not only am I helping myself, but I'm helping others as well. And there's a lot of times that people are coming to me after the show, and something I said on stage helped them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
That's
intentional.
always the best feeling.
Yeah.
It's always the best
Yeah.
feeling.
It's just, I think I saw a post of yours that said something similar to that.
Yeah, man. Like, because people don't have to come up to you and say anything to you at all.
No.
So just the fact that you were moved enough to get out of your seat, find me in the back and be like, hey, like, this shit actually really meant a lot to me, and I appreciate that. And I was like, oh, damn, I was just high and, like, sad when I wrote this, but that's cool. Appreciate you.
That's the power of being present.
Yeah.
And that's one thing a lot of comics, I think, are missing out right now. And they've always missed out, but I say it now because I feel more confident, is that when you don't have to leave, don't leave. Stay.
Yeah.
Man, but I bombed, though. You think you bombed. Somebody might have loved that shit. I'm speaking from experience. I've had times where I thought this set was garbage.
Yeah.
And I'm at fucking Taco Bell, and somebody tells me, not that they saw the show, But they sister saw the show. Yeah, I saw your shirt. You Symply Courtney. My sister was just at your show at blah, blah. She said you were the funniest one. And I'm like, nigga, that set sucked. I remember thinking, like, I looked at the set, I said, I fucking sucked that night. You know, but it's just one of those things that when you can be present, and there's deeper meaning to that, being present. But we talked about it earlier, is being present in the moment and appreciating what you got in front of you. We in this dope-ass studio setup right now. Yeah. Do you know how many of these I've done in people's living rooms? Yeah. Do you understand? I've done this shit in people's cars. I've done this in, podcasts. I've done in every kind of configuration you could think of. You guys got this beautiful setup. Beautiful. Appreciate that shit. Mm-hmm. I didn't appreciate it. I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm being honest with y'all. I was thinking about it yesterday. I regularly recorded podcasts. I think it was weekly on Sundays, which is hard for me because when I have my kids, so I'd have to get the kids situated, then I had to get to the place was somewhere down south. And I'd come in that motherfucker in a funk every time. I'd be frustrated and angry and annoyed. And one day I snapped at my dudes. I said, man, y'all ain't got no responsibility. At the time, my homie didn't have kids. He got kids and he's married now. But at the time he didn't, I was the only person that had, kids. I feel like I'm the only responsibilities. Y'all can just pop up when you want. I got to do all this. And so they're fucking me for being late. And I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was like, man, I remember how angry I was that one time. Yeah. Do you understand? I wish I could go back to that. Mm-hmm. I don't care for, I'm going to be real, I don't care for podcasts a lot because it's a lot of conversations that are, I think, that take place that aren't necessary. Mm-hmm. When I get to talk like this, I appreciate this shit. Yeah. When people ask me about stuff I don't care about or don't know about, I'm just like,
yeah, we don't talk about our dicks the whole time.
I appreciate that. Oh my God.
I mean, we have, but
we got episodes.
We mentioned it. Yeah, we mentioned it.
But I appreciated it though, because I thought about, I was hanging with my boys and I didn't realize that those times were limited. Yeah. One homeboy has 2 kids now. Yeah. Another one doesn't even live in Austin anymore. And I was like, man, I miss hanging with my dudes. And even though I didn't care for the podcast and shit, I was there just to hang out with them. I remember I told them that one day. I said, I hope y'all know I'm only here to hang with y'all. Y'all don't even have to mic me up. I don't. I'll just be the nigga in the background. Hey, yo, I'll be the nigga in the background yelling every once in a while. But appreciate your people you got, man. Because, I mean, we don't understand the concept of borrowed time until it shows us. Yeah. You feel me?
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Man, Courtney, you're a fucking light, man. We appreciate you coming into the show today and
receive, my dude,
kicking it with us and just sharing with us, bro. This is a fucking great time.
I'm present in the moment, my dude. So I was happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah, plug everything you got, everything.
All right, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna try not to touch this tablet today. We're gonna be professional, all right? Yeah. All right, so here's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Symply Courtney. If you want to look me up, I have a little company called Symply Haha. My name, as I alluded to earlier, is spelled SYMPLY. Guess what? My company is called Symply Haha. Spelled the exact same way, just with haha at the end of it. SimplyHaha.com. Symply Haha on Instagram. Symply Haha on Facebook. Look us up. We produce shows and mics throughout the city and in San Antonio. Coming up, I don't know when this comes out, but
Monday or Tuesday.
So okay, cool. Okay, so this Friday we have obviously our mic that happens at Tiniest Bar in Texas. We also have a show called End Around. It's a comedy show that is pretty much putting the comics off the stage, but in the middle of the audience. Takes place at Moon Tower Cider Company. That is going to be Friday. That is an 8:30 show. We still have tickets available. I would love for you guys to come out. Matter of fact, I'm inviting y'all to come check it out. Yeah. Because I'd love to have y'all perform on it at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in addition to that, so that's the 17th. The 24th, we have a show called Late Night Laughs. There's an Austin version. There's a San Antonio version. The Austin version will be happening on the 24th. That's the following Friday. Then after that, we have a show that's going to be taking place on a Thursday called Comics and Queens. That's half stand-up comedy. That's half drag show. Once again, I'd love for you guys to check any of those out as well.
Hell yeah.
But if I said a lot, just look me up as Symply Courtney, and you can find anything that I'm doing on all of those sites that I said out loud. I am Symply Courtney, which is IAM. SYMPLY COURTNEY.
Great.
Yeah.
You wanna straighten out your shirt so they can see
dude,
the
I
QR
forgot.
code?
I'm an idiot. I had a shirt on this whole fucking time. I forget we're on camera. Yeah, you can literally pull me up. That's me there. SimplyHaha.com.
Yeah. You could also get that QR code tattooed on your forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere you go, dog. Walking advertisement.
Do you know how many times I wear this damn shirt and I forget I have it on?
You got it.
Do people ever walk up to you with a phone with it?
So I have it on the back as well, and so I actually have this on both sides. But I actually have when I haven't even talked about my 38 and 38. I'm plugging that real quick. I'm doing 38 shows in 38 days. It's going to start January 2nd and go till February 8th. I do this every year for my birthday. I the girl's dating at the time, she made my shirt. And she said, you're always having people coming up buying merch, but they're having a hard time scanning. And you're always talking to people because I talk after the show. And so I put my QR codes on my back, so my Venmo and my Cash App on the back of my shirt. So that way when I'm talking to people can go ahead and scan, they can pay, they can buy merch, but I can also keep these conversations going.
Without being interrupted.
Yeah, and I don't like to interrupt my convos with people because you never know when somebody needs to hear that.
Get something out, or
they're going to give me something.
Yeah.
So I tell people, if you tell me something, there was a reason why you deemed it necessary to tell me that. I'm not going to step on that.
Hell yeah. Shit, man. That's been the show.
This has been a dope episode.
Great episode of 2 Nap.
2 niggas in a pod.
Greatest podcast in the world.
Niggas.
that was Courtney. That was
your turn, Jimmy.
Nope.
Hell yeah. That was a test. Jimmy passed. He's going to be here next week.
It's fucking dope, man.
No, man. Per usual, we had Jimmy's on the ones and twos. I am one of your hosts, Jordan McDonald, the wonderful unicorn. Follow my Instagram and socials at Jordan the Unicorn. Unicorn spelled with an X, UNIXORN.
I am Daniel West. You can find me at Sir D West. Let's hear it for the Fat Boy Comedy Show, December 17th.
That's right, baby.
Get your tickets in the link in my bio on Instagram. It's going to be fly.
Bringing a bunch of sin to a church. It's going to be a good time.
Not a bunch, but
just enough sin.
A few pussy jokes.
Yeah, a few pussy jokes. Yeah. Last time
as long as they get paid, God is okay with it.
Last time I purchased weed inside the church, and
hey,
was like,
hey.
do not announce that you have
that wasn't at my function. He just bought weed at a random church.
Yeah, random church. They got the best weed. They got that holy weed at church, right? It's great. Follow the.
This is real.
This is really real. Follow the Creek in the Cave studio page on YouTube, where you can find this podcast, 2 Nap. You can find my other podcast, Austin Music Zone, and a whole plethora of other great podcasts by great comedians here in Austin, Texas. Per usual, we are always live here in the Creek in the Cave. Shows every single night here at this beautiful club.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy runs shows every single week. Wednesday, unsupervised comedy. That's unsupervised?
Yeah, unsupervised on Wednesday at 10, and Thursday we got Creek Live.
Creek Live, 10 p.m. Come catch some comedy. Support us. Send Daniel the crevice between your toes. Send him that.
Make it look like cleavage and then zoom
mad
out
crevices.
and be like, oh shit, it's toes.
Send Daniel mad crevices. And if you want to continue to send me nudes, please do. My inbox is open. Peace, love, and soul. It's been 2 Nap, 2 niggas in the pod. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.